What's up, beautiful people? This is Matt Latham, Board Certified Master Arborist, coming at you another great video of Fix That Tree, where I take a look at trees given certain situations just like yours maybe, and we figure out what I would do if they were my tree. So here, we're looking at this beautiful live oak. It's about 42 inches in diameter at the base there. Doesn't look like it now. That's okay though. It is a big old tree. And so what we've got here is a situation where you can see kind of the driveway is here. Now they're about to build on this property, and what's going to happen is they're going to have to redo all that driveway. It's a little circle drive, and we're coming within a couple feet of the root system. So this is a big problem. This is where trees get into real trouble, where construction guys come in. They'll actually destroy the tree before even the house is built. And so here's what I would do with this one is, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a pretty serious tree protection zone. Now obviously the guys have to work right here. So we're going to come out about 20 feet all the way around. There's another tree over here. We're going to encapsulate them both and see if we can preserve them. But right here, right around the root system, we're going to do something very, very unique. It's a technique called root bridging, really kind of pioneered by some really big names in the industry back in 2014, 2015, or 2004, 2005 time frame. And they essentially what they found is that if you put a metal plate on top of the root system, bolt it directly into the roots, you can actually have some real success with being able to pour driveways, concrete, etc. Now, one thing you really need to know is that during construction, it is so common for guys to destroy trees. And what'll happen is often you won't see the results of it for 3 to 5 years. So the people bought the property, built the house, all with these trees in mind here. There's a bunch of them, really, honestly, all over the property. They've got some serious trees. One ash tree was even like 50 inches in diameter. Really neat property with some great trees. And they want to preserve that integrity of the property, make sure they don't lose the assets they've got there. Because like I said, that's why they bought it and that's why they're building on it. So here's what I would do is, first and foremost, we want to set up a big protection zone all around these trees, make sure they're fenced off, even back in the back here. We want to keep as many guys off as possible, any trucks from parking under there, things like that. That's going to compact the root system and really damage the root system. Another thing I'm gonna spec this out to do is we're actually going to have mulch piled all along outside of that fenced in area. And that's going to create a buffer, so even when guys are walking on it, if they do drive over the roots, if they stack materials, it's going to prevent that from destroying the root system and compacting that soil. Oxygen is one of the most important things a tree needs. In fact, 43% of dry plant weight matter is oxygen. So you want to make sure you've got good aeration in the soil. Well, construction does a very good job of damaging that. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to pump it full of nutrients. We're going to do some biostimulant treatments, a complete fertilizer, a lot of humic acid, a lot of seaweed extract, fish emulsion, rock phosphates. These are going to really help bolster the tree's immune system through this process, because a damaged, stressed tree is going to be much more prone to insect and fungal pathogens coming in and attacking the tree. The other thing we're going to do, we're actually going to write up a tree protection ordinance. Now, I call it an ordinance, not a true ordinance, but that's the way we're viewing this. It's really a tree preservation plan. But what we're going to do is we're going to have this whole thing written out. We're going to give a copy to each one of the contractors and subcontractors, and we're going to have a little pre-game meeting and say, these trees are valuable. We preserve these trees at all costs. Make them sign off on all of the requirements of the tree protection ordinance. And that way, if they do damage it, now we push the liability on them. They've got to help pay for the repair costs or removal costs or pay for the value of the tree. So this is very important. So we're going to do root bridging here. They've got some really, really big roots. We're going to do a buffer zone of mulch, and that's going to help prevent further compaction. And then we're going to create little metal plates here that we're going to pour concrete over. That way we can preserve the majority of the root system. And of course, we're going to monitor, come in and inspect it at least once a week or so during construction, make sure everything's going according to plan, make sure there's no further damage, etc. So, hey, this was a longer one. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you liked the video and learned a little bit. Trees are an important, valuable asset, a very important part of a property, and so we want to make sure that the trees are intact. If you like this, like it. If you love it, love it. If you have comments, comment. If you have any questions, comment down below, and we'll see you next time.